Hello everyone, welcome back for another video. This is going to be my 2022 planner, not setup, but my planner system, I guess. So I'll just jump right into it. So every year I have two planners. I use two planners. One I usually consider like my dirty planner. So that's usually the one that I really don't care about, saving later, and I plan to throw away at the end of the year. And so I will, I'll just scribble in it, and I'm okay with it. And then my other planner is usually my memory keeping / journaling planner that I usually keep. So this year I decided to use both Hobonichis. So my dirty planner is going to be my weeks, and then my memory planner is going to be my Hobonichi A5 day free. So the day free is something that is new to me, so I'll kind of go into that in a little bit. But so starting off with my everyday carry, I guess, kind of thing. I've used the Hobonichi weeks before, and I really did like it, but I didn't love it. So I kind of just, I went away from it. But I went back to it this year, and I seriously love this thing now. So I love the portability of it, how I can just carry it everywhere with me. So I usually take it to work with me. I'm always with this. My husband will tell you that I'm kind of attached to it. Wherever I go, she goes. So that's what I like about it. I like that it's small and compact, in space wise too, that I don't have too much room to write. But I did get the mega, so it is a little bit thicker. So there's a lot more note pages in the back. And the only reason I did that really is because, the price was the same, if not cheaper. If I remember correctly. So I was just like, why not? So I just got the mega. Here I have it in a Hobonichi cover, the clear cover, and inside I put a vellum inside for this pretty floral sterling ink vellum. So sorry, spoiler alert, this is kind of her monthly subscription. So this one's for April. So I'm sorry if I spoil that for you, but when I got it, I loved it so much. So I just had to put it in. So the color that I got of my Hobonichi is actually, I don't know if you can tell, I don't want to take it all apart because it was a pain putting on, but it's this blue. It's a pretty blue color, but it's a very like bright blue, like cobalt. Can you see it there a little bit? Maybe not. You probably can't. It's like a cobalt blue color. And so that didn't really go well with whatever, vellum I put on, because vellum is transparent. So I had to go old school, and I'm pretty much dating myself. So if you know type of thing is, you could tell right here, I had to put like an old school like book cover on my Hobonichi. And I just used regular a white printer paper to kind of put that on to kind of mute the background so that you can see the vellum a little bit better. So that's what I did with that. Quick setup wise, I just have some photos here. I have some page flags that I kind of reuse, and I just stick it here. I got the pockets, that comes with the Hobonichi here. And I had some stickers here, but I think it must have fallen out, so I don't know where it went, but I'll find it somewhere. So I'm not really going to go through the setup of this, because I think a lot of you guys have already seen what Hobonichi Weeks looks like. So the way that I use it is I'll use my, monthly. I am a big monthly person, so I think more than other planners, I'm very like monthly. I love my monthlies. So I do use it a little bit more as like an overview, and I'll even put it as memory things so that I can transfer it to my memory planner type of thing. So that's kind of what I've been doing with that. But like I said, minimal stickers, and just writing and, messiness, and I'm okay with that. So that's what I do with that. So those are my monthlies, and then it goes into my weeklies, and I do use, I guess, Lindsay from Lindsay Scribbles is kind of my Hobonichi guru, if you want to put it that way, or my Hobonichi, I don't know, what would you call it? I don't know, but I just love everything she does. So I seen her do it, and so I kind of copied her in that. I divided the weekly section just into 2 sections, and that really kind of was the game changer for me in the sense of why I like the Hobonichi now, was that, you know, just dividing it that way, because I'm not a very like horizontal planner. I'm very vertical. And so that was kind of what was missing for me when I used the Hobonichi the last time. But what I liked about this divider is she uses this section here to kind of highlight events or whatever that you need to remember. And then she uses this other section as kind of just a to-do list type of thing. And that really worked for me because I don't really have like a very like busy life. So I don't really have a whole bunch of things going on, nor do I have to do a lot of things for work or anything. So I don't have to write a lot of to-dos, so to speak. But I did wanted to have like just a quick reference on, you know, what's happening in the week, like the main events type of stuff. So that's been what's been really working out for me. And on this page is really a notes page. And what I've been really using it for is just a running to-do page. So kind of here, I'll have my weekly habits here, and then I'll just write like, you know, a messy to-do. And if I have to do it next week, then, you know, I can just write it there and then that's it type of thing. So that's just kind of how I've been keeping up with it, and it's been working for me. So this is my current week. Yes, this is my current week. And so I just have a whole bunch of, you know, to-dos, and I haven't transferred anything over here. But yeah, and then I just mark it off as I go. And if it didn't, then I'll transfer it to the next week and that kind of thing. So that's how I've been using that. My notes section. So this has a whole bunch of notes section, which I knew was going to be true since it's a mega, but it's a lot. So I mean, they even number the pages for you, and it's like 100, no, 200. Whoa, there's like 215 note pages here. And I am pretty sure I'm not going to use all of them, but I like the fact that I have them so I can do messy little like lists, and I don't feel like, oh no, what if I don't have enough room or anything like that. Like for instance, I did like a packing list. Yeah. Like here, I did like a quick packing list for like a trip that I went on. And I didn't feel bad about using a whole page, just making a quick list. So that's been working. And the way I reference that is just by a table of contents here. And I'll write these number here is the page number that corresponds to the page on the notes, so that I could reference to those. So obviously, like the page that I showed you with this is not on my table of contents because I don't expect to reference this ever again type of thing. So yeah, those are the things. And a couple of the things that I do track is like my PTO at work. I have like a cleaning tracker that I like to track. I like to track my daughter when she gets sick or has any kind of illness throughout the year. So I've been tracking that. I have a Disney tracker because I'm an annual pass member here in California, like gift idea, date night ideas, my daughter's birthday. I wanted to do I did make a thing for that, so I could kind of just like list ideas that I wanted to do as I get them throughout the year. In a sense, it passed now, so I'm good with that. But we're going on a cruise, so I have a list for that for, you know, when I start doing my little research on it. We're going to Vancouver in Alaska, so, you know, same kind of thing. So I have those and just like notes and stuff that I started to make. And this is what I'll do. Like I'll have like trips that I want to go on, and then I'll just have a page for it so that whenever I research places or stuff, and I can just kind of quickly scribble down like hotel costs and, you know, whatever I find and things like that. Yeah, so that's just been it. And then I just have a whole bunch of other note pages here that I still need to fill out. And then back pocket, I have, you know, some cash and some Virgo and paper Hobonichi kits that I had from the last time I had an Hobonichi weeks that I didn't use. So I just kind of stuck that in there. And then this is the Hobonichi pen that comes with from Hobonichi when you order their planners. And so that's what I use every day. And I look at this sucker every day, and I want to look at it every day because not because it's just so beautiful, but I just love it. It just works for me this year. And it's already March. So far, you know, into the third month of the year, it's still been working. So hopefully I can say the same thing once December rolls around. Okay. So that's my everyday carry. And then this is my memory / journaling thing. So last year I used my Hobonichi A6. So this baby, and this was in the A6. So it's so itty bitty and cute compared to the 5. And I did love like the size. And I got the A6 because the year before 2020, I used an A5 cousin. And I thought that was just too much room. So I downsized to the A6. So I did like how cute and petite and how it fits in my hand and all that jazz. I really did like it. The only reason why I switched over to the A5 day free was because as the A6, a lot of people, you know, that there is, you know, daily pages at the end or on the back of the book. And that was just, it was too much for me. I'm not an everyday journaling person, or, you know, I don't, you know, talk about, I don't journal every day. Nothing exciting happens every day. So it's just not something, and I had a lot of these just blank pages, especially towards the end and stuff. I went strong at the beginning, you know, but then it kind of fizzled out. So I didn't like all these empty pages in the month. It just, I don't know, I just didn't like it. So I wanted to try the day free and see if that works better for me for a memory planner, that type of thing. So this is what I'm currently using, and this is in a Hobonichi A5 cover, just in black. My actually cover is black, and it's turquoise blue on the inside, or not turquoise blue, I guess baby blue on the inside. And then this is the Season of Hope cover on cover that I have, that I kind of fell in love with this year. And then this is just, you know, I just have little stickers and stuff. I don't really want to go through like a setup, and so I use this because, like I said, I'm more of a monthly planner. So I don't really decorate anything. And this was a dashboard from Coffee Monsters Crow that I picked up from her shop. And it's just super cute. So I just kind of taped it in here or pasted it in here or whatever. I'm using this index page as an index / calendar. So I do have some important events like birthdays and things like that in here marked on the specific day. But you'll notice that I do have like a color coding thing going on here for when I actually journal in my day free section for it, and with a key here. So it's a little bit, you know, different from when I used my Hobonichi last year, because my key is a lot more, what you want to call, is a lot more simplified. I used to have a lot more color codes for like swatches, list, weeklies, and that kind of stuff. But this is just like a purely memory sped type thing. Because last year I tried to do both my dirty planner and my memory planner in this because I had so much room. I thought it would work, and it did work. But because I have all this extra space that I could have used, you know, so I could have definitely used it all in that way. But while I was using it, I was still like a little like, oh, but what if I need this page for a memory spread or a journaling spread, you know? And so it held me back too much, which is why I knew I needed to divide my dirty and my memory planner. So I simplified this, and I know what page to kind of reference. And so the day free is just kind of like the Hobonichi weeks, in the sense of like the note pages are all numbered like this. So it's pretty easy in that sense for me to write down what page number I need to reference for that entry or journal. So like, you know, you could see here there were some birthdays, holidays, but I didn't, you know, I had no reason to journal or memory keep anything for that. So it just lets me know that day was that day, but I didn't have any entries or anything like that. So that's how I use my index. And then my monthlies. So this was kind of December. So, you know, December is always like that trial period for me, because Hobonichi gives you the December spread. So in my 2021, December is usually blank, and it usually goes to the following year, which is the 2022. And so this was I was just kind of play with it, how I wanted to do, what I wanted to do. And I kind of decided that I wanted to, you know, the sidebar, before I used to do kits, or like I liked doing monthly kits. So last year in February, like, you know, I used this kit from my newest addiction, and then the March one, my newest addiction as well. And then it just kind of fizzled out from there. So that was the end of that. So I knew I wasn't going to keep up with it. So I told myself, all right, I'm only going to do pens, lettering, you know, that kind of stuff to make it easier on myself. So that's why I did this with like, I tried to do colored lights to kind of symbolize December. And I really did like how that turned out. And so every month I wanted to kind of go through, you know, whatever the theme is of that month. So, you know, this month I wanted to do kind of like fireworks and, you know, for New Year's, but change of plans, because my newest addiction came out with journaling kits, I guess. So she came out with like these vellum tip-ins. That's just so beautiful with like the floral. And then this is just like her journaling sheet. And it's just so pretty that I want to use it. So it's a little bit less hard to maintain, because you don't have your full, like, you know, things. So it's just like little tidbits that I can put in to kind of bring the spread together, I guess, in a sense. So I'm thinking of doing that. So I probably will film a video on that. So I'm a little sad that I already put this blue January here, because that's totally going to clash with everything. So I have to figure that out. But yeah, so monthly spread, I plan to use stickers. I do print my pictures out myself on my printer, and I use sticker paper for that. So I will be doing, I'll do another video on that. But so I do that, and this one I just printed out earlier with my other batch, so I already stuck that on. But I just have a sticky note on the monthlies usually to kind of write down what happened that month, so that I can remember when I go back to do my memory spreads. So that's how I plan to do my monthlies. And then my, you know, it goes into your day free. So they give you a couple extra months, and then they give you this transitioning page, which you could tell I did so much with. I was gonna do like a whole goals type of thing with, you know, finances, family, your health, that kind of stuff. But I don't know. I don't think I'm going to do it. I don't find any motivation with it. So yeah, this is going to be staying like this, but I really do love this little die cut that came with my Coffee Monsters Co. So I kind of put that in there. And then it just kind of goes into, my journaling, I guess, in a sense. So I just kind of no rhyme or reason to it. I just, whenever days that I feel like journaling, I just journal. I try to use pictures. I try to, you know, do a little bit of drawing here. So forgive my thing, but I like it because it's just kind of like a scrapbooking / journal / memory keeping thingy. So I generally will do like, I'll write the day like this, the days like this, and then I'll just journal about it real quick. And then, so, you know, 18th, and then you can see that that was on page 8. And if you go back to my index, I'll go to February 18th and then page 8. And I wrote an entry about my first fountain pen, which is very exciting. So yeah, that's just kind of how I plan to use my journaling. And this also has a lot of pages. At first I was like, oh, what if it's not enough? But I realized I'm not a big, heavy journaler, so I always have more than enough. So there's 171 pages here. We're already in March, and I journaled through February, you know, 18th, and I'm on page 8. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to have any issues on running out of room. So, and then in the back, I just have some pockets here that I just keep some random things. But that is it. So hopefully that was helpful to you in your planner system and finding out what works for you. I just think that, you know, a planning system is very individual, and you just have to kind of use what works for you, not what's popular at the time, or not what, you know, someone else is using, or whatever feels great to you, because it's just a very personal thing for me, because I plan to keep this forever and ever, and I planned, and I hope, my hope is that you know, one day my daughter will stumble across it and read all my entries and think of me and think of how I saw her and through my eyes, and you know, that's just kind of the stuff that's really important to me. So that's how I use my planner. Let me know what down below how you guys use your planners, and I always get inspiration and ideas from everyone else. So I love to hear what you guys do. And then hopefully, like, my inspiration could be your inspiration, and vice versa. So until next time, bye.